And even the way social media, like even our phones, there's a reason why it's a touch phone. Because we are humans, we like to touch. Tactile sensation. You like to touch, you like to scroll. Apparently, according to statistics, the average person opens WhatsApp 23 to 25 times a day.
Hello, how are you? I hope you are doing well and that you're keeping fit and well with this cold that is in most parts of the country. Mombasa are experiencing the best weather, and we are truly grateful for this. This is the best time to come for holiday for the people who wish to come to Mombasa. Anyway, welcome to Woman by Design podcast. This is about a podcast we're going to be talking about everything and anything about girlhood and womanhood. And guess what? It's the very first episode that we're doing. So I am really looking forward to an amazing time with you, a time of journeying together and learning. Just keep us engaged as we also keep you engaged. I am your host, Edanzia, and let's keep it rolling and see how this goes. Now, first things first. I want you to picture this. A situation whereby it's a Friday evening, you have come from work, you are at your place, and you have just had dinner and you're very ready for bed, and you just grab a nice book, get to your bed and begin reading it. And as you turn the pages, a friend just texts you, and there's a notification that pops up in your phone, and you check your phone, and you open and find, immediately you click on the notification. Suddenly your phone bursts into music, and there's this group of your friends or most of your best friends in this photo, and they're having a nice time, a great time of their life in a certain party, and yeah, it looks amazing and all. And then you're there on your bed, and suddenly there's this massive wave of FOMO that hits you, and you are happy, but all of a sudden you look like you're depressed again and wondering what is wrong with your life. It's a Friday evening, everybody's out there having fun, and then there is you in your bed and on your PJs. So we're going to be having an amazing guest today as we talk about FOMO. FOMO is the fear of missing out. I know it really affects us girls, especially in our teenage and our early in our early 20s. And I think it also progresses even after 30, basically just on how you manage it. So today I have an amazing guest. Her name is Heri Mimi, and she's going to tell you about herself, who she is, what she does, and just joining into this discussion and look into your life also and ask yourself, how far have you gone with this FOMO thing? Are you the source of FOMO, or you're the one who is receiving FOMO, and how do you just process it? Heri, karibu sana.
Thank you so much, Eda. I am so delighted and privileged to be on the maiden episode of Woman by Design. Yay!
Yeah, it's so lovely to have you.
Thank you so much. As Eda said, my name is Heri. You can call me Heri Mimi. That's what I go by on all my social media platforms. And I am a youth mentor. I have been working with youth for 2 decades. I am also a speaker, and I am an author. I recently launched my book, God This Sucks. And I also am a leadership coach. I have a coaching consultancy called Shuja Rising Consulting, and I focus especially on doing trainings on emotional intelligence, where I empower leaders and companies on how they can try to change their organizational culture so that it is more accommodating and more, create an environment where staff can thrive. I do one-on-one coaching and groups. So that's what I do.
How lovely.
Yeah.
Karibu sana. You're so sure that we could not have anybody better than Heri to do this podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, Heri, how have you been in FOMO situations before yourself?
You know what? When I was actually kind of doing research for this thing, I was just like, I'm not one of those FOMO people. Shock on me. Yeah. I think I am, but I think I'm not one of those people who, if it's a Friday night and I am in my bed in my pajamas, me, I'm happy. I'm like, yay!
Uh-huh.
I'm those people who can cancel plans. Like me, I'm an indoors person, but I think I experienced FOMO, especially like on my phone, or like on social media. Yeah, so you just have the urge. Hey, let me just check if there's anything new on Instagram. Let me just check if there's anything new. So I think for me, I've found that I have, or I upload maybe a video on my TikTok, and I'm like, okay, so let me just see how many likes I've gotten, what's the traction, has somebody else, So I think yes, definitely, I am unfortunately in the FOMO loop.
And
Yes.
so we have been a people. I think your talk represents many other people out there. We have been people who have just been on the go and on the move for likes, shares, what's really happening. You just can't go offline. I think that's why when we have installed Wi-Fi's everywhere. We have Wi-Fi in office, we have the mobile one, we have Wi-Fi's in our houses, just to keep updated on what's really happening around us. So is this a new phenomenon in the society, or it's been there?
Yeah, it's actually not new. Like there's some research done in the late 90s where people were kind of like developing a concept of FOMO, but the word FOMO actually came up apparently in this article that was a magazine in the Harvard Business School. That's where the word FOMO came up in 2004. And it was basically just to talk about this case of people who are fearing missing out on situations. Like, if I don't go for this party, then what if I miss not going for this party? What if I don't go for that trip and something amazing happens? What if I don't go there and then I miss my future husband? What if I don't go this? So it's like that concept of you're just anxious. You want to be everywhere because you might miss out if you're not there. And so and when you're not there, because of course you have to be here, you're still worrying about there, so you can't enjoy here. So that's the kind of, and then with social media, of course, everything has just become 100% worse. So there's that.
You're just afraid of being there. You're just afraid of being here.
And missing out there.
And missing out on there. So you do not actually enjoy on the present. And I think this is a thing, as you talk, I'm just reflecting on my own personal journey, especially after campus. I had this group of friends. We had just finished campus, and I was in some village school deep in Mwingi. I have finished school and my friends are having very nice jobs. Okay, the particular group that we were in, we were 4 girls. So these other 3 didn't do education like me. They were in other sectors of the corporate. So we finished school and 2 of them actually get nice jobs. All of a sudden they are earning high and nice reels and videos. There's even people can create reels and videos.
Filters work, my friend.
Filters are working. I think they really work.
Yeah.
And I see them in nice hotels. I see them in nice nature walks. Things that just seemed beautiful. And I kept asking, I think a certain sort of fear gripped me. When will I ever have these nice walks with my girlfriends? When will I ever get to a situation whereby I'm actually earning a good income? What was Shuleza BOM? I was starting BOM and I was being paid 10,000. I was a few months to the graduation. And then you're just getting 10,000. It's not even enough for your own needs. And sometimes they even prolong to pay it. And then here are your friends in KFC. They have gone to, I don't know where, there are all those places that they have visited. And you get to a point that you slowly sink into a situation of, a pity party sort of a thing about yourself, and asking, you even begin blaming God. Kwani God, wewe, mimi ndo nilifanya nini, and so on and so forth. So what are your thoughts on how this form affects girls, affects women? And by the way, before we even go there, does it affect girls at a particular age, or it just cuts across all women?
I think it affects all women, but maybe at different levels. And if you're aware of it, then it might affect you less because you're able to deal with it. For example, I was so sure I'm not part of that WhatsApp group. Turns out I'm the chair. So you see, because I wasn't aware that the whole social media thing, and I'm not even a social media person, but because I became intentional. I want to create content, and because I'm creating content, I have to check if they're is the interaction. So now in my head I'm like, yeah, but I'm trying to keep up my channel. But even when I don't have to, I'm there. But now I'm aware of it. Like I've taken a break from social media. I'm like not on my TikTok, not on my Twitter, not on. I'm just like, yo, let me just breathe. Yeah, and it was weird on day one because I'm just like, no, Harry, don't touch your phone. Don't touch your phone. So you're so used to touching it. Yeah. So, but definitely, I feel that. Especially since the FOMO we are experiencing right now is related to social media, then I'd have to say that I feel the younger generation are a bit more in peril.
Yeah.
I feel the older generation where their FOMO is you're on vacation, but why are you still answering work emails? Why are you still looking at the gossip on your WhatsApp group for work? You just put off your phone and enjoy. But you still want to be. So I think, but it's a bit less. I think the younger generation, the Gen Zs, the late millennials, the Gen Alphas, those ones are the ones I feel are really suffering from FOMO, especially in regards to the social media. Yeah.
Okay, so it basically cuts across just that it reflects
Yeah.
it shows itself in different ways in the different ages of people. You have brought about an interesting discussion of especially the Gen Zs and the Alpha. Does someone suffer FOMO with knowing, or mostly they don't know about it?
I don't think they know because it's their way of life. They're born with the tablet in their hands. So I don't think for them, being on the phone 24/7 is normal. For them, of course, I'm on my phone. I meet 11-year-olds, 10-year-olds who they keep up with. They have online games. They're playing daily, and they're like, "Yo, I'm working. I'm grinding." I'm like, "You're earning a salary?" No, like, I'm on this level, this level. Like, so it's like it's their life. And for these now they keep in touch with the latest. They get their information from Instagram. We used to have to go to a library to get the information. At worst you Google. These ones don't even bother Googling. Let me just look on Instagram. Let me just look on YouTube. So for them the phone is everything. So I don't even think they know there's a concept like FOMO. Them, this is just how we do life. We're just always on our phones. And that's why if you take away the cell phone of a teenager, is when you will now see a nervous breakdown. What do you mean? Why is there no Wi-Fi here? Like, it's like, what do you mean there's no Wi-Fi?
They get to a room and the first thing they ask is there Wi-Fi
right,
here?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, it's an unfortunate thing. And even the way social media, like even our phones, there's a reason why it's a touch phone. Because we are humans, we like to touch. Tactile sensation. You like to touch, you like to scroll. Apparently, according to statistics, the average person opens WhatsApp 23 to 25 times a day. Why? Especially if you have no notifications. Like personally, because of the disturbance, I removed all notifications from SMS, WhatsApp, or whatever. So even if a message comes in, I won't know. But I still open my phone. Why?
Still do it.
And how much more the people who one ping. Oh, let me check what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let me check. Okay, let me just scroll. Okay, let me just check one Instagram reel. Okay, let me just check. Oh, by the way, let me just. And then it's a black hole. 3 hours later, you've watched reels, you have laughed, but you can't remember what the first reel was. No value addition at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I don't even think they're aware of FOMO. That's just their life.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the life that they have just found and flowed into the system, and it just works for them, and that's
so
it.
They're experiencing the consequences of FOMO, the anxiety. Oh no, I'm going here. Oh, should I go? There's no internet. So it's like, so they're experiencing the anxiety.
They just can't survive it.
Yeah, they're like, it's like anxiety and what are we going to do here? And no, how can you live without electricity? And oh no, so they're feeling the consequences
and
of
the
it.
network is poor.
Yeah, but I don't think, or even just the regular FOMO of, oh, I can't go to this party and all the cool kids are going, or I can't go to this. So just FOMO, social media, and just regular FOMO, but they're feeling the consequences. But I don't believe they know that it's FOMO, so that they can even address it. Yeah.
All right. Are there particular, because some of these effects you're talking about, like the anxiety, are there particular ones that are just particular for girls that we can say these effects are just affecting girls as a result of FOMO?
I wouldn't say that I know specific results for girls, but because girls will operate with situations, they react in situations different than boys, their triggers are different than boys, then yes, I would. For example, maybe FOMO for a girl is you're on the internet and first of all of your friends are glammed up because of filters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the glorified filters, and they have all these nice, maybe they're really dressed up nice. Like, I feel FOMO not in a missing out on an event, but I'm missing out maybe on a stage. I'm missing out maybe on a particular crowd because I don't look like that crowd.
Yeah.
So I don't look like them, so I'm missing out on that experience of being an it girl, or I'm missing out on experience of being the life of a party. And so because I want to fit in, and girls, it really, our image really counts, especially if you're younger. You need assurance, you need to be reassured that, hey, you're beautiful, you're pretty, you're made in God's image, you're a princess, we need that. But if you're not getting that assurance, instead it's like you don't measure up.
Yeah.
What can you do to measure up? Can you lose weight? Can you look like this? Can you wear this? Can you wear this? And then now, because you're not a certain way, then you're barred from experiences which you feel you should be part of. Then you're feeling you're missing out on that. Then I feel it can lead to low self-esteem, depression. And these days, because like apparently the Gen Z, they have like the lowest resilience rate.
Yeah,
like there's no coping skills. Like if it doesn't work out, we don't know what to do. We don't know coping mechanism for disappointment. So that's why we have extremes. You dump me and I've already taken a knife and I've stabbed you.
Yeah.
We couldn't do this, so it's already suicide. So there's no coping mechanism. So I feel that because girls, they are triggered in different ways by different issues, then yes, there's maybe certain consequences would follow them, but it's just because of their makeup. We care about how we look. We want people to think that, to respect us and to think that we're pretty and everything. So if you don't get that affirmation, and that our looks deny us certain opportunities or experiences, for sure I'm going to try to measure up. And if I don't, then there we are with anxiety or low self-esteem, or just, eating disorders. There are just so many things. People cut themselves, depression. So that's, and there's no way of, I don't think anybody is necessarily addressing this. It's like, just deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with this? What, you can't be on your phone so you're depressed? It's like, what do you mean? It's like the older generation is not understanding. Just get on with life.
Yeah, yeah.
But this young generation is like, what do you mean? I was born with a tablet. Like, so...
Which life?
Yeah, which life exactly?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, because some of these Gen Zs, you tell them that there's a time when even, sometimes when I think about where I came from with a cell phone, so you're telling them that, before, the phone was only for SMS and answering calls. There was no internet. There was no, I don't know what. You couldn't even choose your ringtone. It just comes with the ringtone.
And they wonder, how did you live?
What do you mean? Stone Age, cavewoman, Fred Flintstone. What do you mean? Yeah, so that was like AD 2000. What do you mean? Yeah, so now because we remember that, even if you're having this whole FOMO you can be like, whatever. Then you cannot divorce them from it. It's like torture. It's like, no.
It's actually torture for them.
Yeah, so I think maybe we need to be more understanding, but also equip them with skills on how to cope. First of all, social media is not end all be all. You can't attend everything. Let's start there. Just set realistic goals. Have realistic values, because also I feel this FOMO is also because we don't have values. What do you value? You can't be everyone. You can't. Even Jesus was not everywhere. As the Son of God, that is, when he was walking on this planet, he went from here to here. He slept. He was hungry. He was exhausted. But somehow we are supposed to be omnipotent, omnipresent. This cannot work. It just cannot. But if we can put value on activities, I will miss this party so that I can go for this party. And when I go for this party, I will enjoy this party. And not regret going for this party, because there's even regret and guilt. Oh, I couldn't. No, you're not, So maybe such stuff can help.
Especially when you're talking about the bit of guilt. Some time back, I actually didn't understand how girls would be that pretty. I would see my friends with very pretty, photos on their status. Until at one point, my younger sister, who had just finished high school, post this nice photo with the glam and everything, and I asked her, "Kwani ulienda wapi?" And then she tells me, "Ni Snapchat." Me in my age, I don't. And I
Which
thought,
creature is
hadi
Snapchat?
nimefika kwa kina mamangu. I didn't know it would be this fast. And then she tells me, oh, there's these, you can glam yourself, you can put some eyebrows, you know, and all these effects that you can just do for you to present a particular image that that you want to present to people. And I think that's what FOMO has also made us do, present a certain picture of us that we actually are not. And when you talk about just being everywhere, I think that's why even we have all this fatigue in the society.
Yeah.
People are just fatigued because you're on toes, you're running, and sitting down and being by yourself, which is very important, has become a very strange thing. There are people who just can't sit and, you know, have time by themselves. It's just strange. Or if we just sit, we will either be on phone. Things like the meditation and solitude have just completely disappeared in the society, and it's just a few people who are doing them, and it's still a struggle because of all the noise that is all around us. So maybe just to get into some of the effects, especially on women, some of the effects of these FOMO to us. Yeah.
I think unrealistic expectations, like you're saying. Because I look at somebody's Snapchat and be like, man, okay. Turns out, if we go behind ground, tofauti sana.
Yeah.
So I think for sure, one of the consequences, like that just unrealistic expectations, and we put them on ourselves, and then because of those unrealistic expectations that we cannot meet, then now we fall into low self-esteem. Especially if your value is pegged on how you look, how people perceive you. Oh look, I put this picture and I only got 2 likes.
Oh yeah.
You know, so we're not used to, that low self-esteem is because we do not value ourselves enough. Our value is externally derived. How many people liked my photo? Or was my tweet retweeted? How, you know, so that is, and then now that low self-esteem now can escalate into anxiety. Maybe I should be doing something different. Maybe I should be, and then now if you don't deal with it, sometimes it can lead to a depressive state. There's statistics, 270 million people are suffering from social media depression. This was like statistics especially emanating post-COVID. Because now COVID, everybody was on the phone. Because we can't, we came in the house, we discovered that we can't talk to each other,
and
so
let's
go to the phone. Parents is just like, I don't deal with you. Chuka simu ende kwa room, you know. So it's like, so social media just became like a drug, almost like therapy even. Yeah. So it can lead to that, and I think it just leads to a place where it's like you're saying, there's no time to think, meditate, and by the way, let me just relax. Can I just put my phone away? Can I just, because unfortunately our culture really glorifies the grind. I remember I was working at a hospital, and one of the senior managers was just like, Harry, what do you do after 5? I'm like, I go home, I watch a movie and sleep. What else am I supposed to do? I've been working in hospital for 8 to 5. Like, what else?
A boring life.
You are not a boring life. No, you're young. You should get a part-time job. You should maximize your time. So, you know, so I was like, so I'm not maximizing my time. So I got a part-time job, and, you know, so in my head, I'm not maximizing my time to the extent of, even when I got another job. You know, it was full-time, 6 days. Then I got a part-time job, and because I didn't want to compromise this other job, I put that job on my off day. So I was working 7 days a week for 1 year. By that time, that year was
for a year.
Yes, because now I'm doing 6 days on this job, and then now my off day, I'm part-timing elsewhere in a different county. So by the time that year was ended, I was like nervous breakdown. Like, I cannot manage. I'm not rested. But the grind. So there's no time even to think. There's even no time to reflect. Do I even like my life? Is this thing even helping me? Why am I even on TikTok? What am I? There's no time for, by the way, what are my values? Do I even like my friends? Do I even want to go for this party? There's even no time to, it's like, Harry, let's go here. Okay, Harry, let's go here. Okay, Harry. You can't think like, wait, I think I want to sleep. By the way, I'm busy, I'm going to sleep. There's even
And I think one of the things that I'm picking out from what you're saying is that some of these things are actually not bad things.
Yeah, they're not.
See, like when you're being told about maximizing your time, they look like good things.
Yeah.
They're actually not, but it's okay. Yeah, this is the prime age for you to maximize your time. But it's for someone to really look into themselves and ask them, how far is too far? You know, the obvious question of how far is too far. What about economically and financially? How does it affect us? You know, especially as girls with buying, you have seen someone.
You will go broke if you're an impulse buyer.
You'll go broke
Yeah,
with FOMO.
you know, Instagram has these pop-up ads, Denry bags offer, this offer, this offer, and then everything is on M-Pesa, global delivery. So it's like
delivered to
I know you just Jumia Mall, you just I mean just express delivery. So like it can really go sideways if you because you're like okay that's everybody has the latest Denry bag, let me get that, or everyone is going for this, or everyone's going for this concert, so who is in town, or everybody's going clubbing, or everyone has that. So it's like you because you want to keep up with the Joneses, as it were, because basically that's what FOMO is. Keeping up with the Kardashians, the Joneses, or whoever you're keeping up with. That lifestyle, you need finances.
And maybe even just to bring it home to us people who are believers, things like worship experiences. This Saturday there's something here, tomorrow Sunday there's something there, and on Monday before you realize it, you're back to work Monday to Friday.
Yeah, and you're doing these things because you're like, no, but I'm a Christian, it's for the Lord.
I have been working the whole week.
Even the Lord rested on the Sabbath.
He also rested on the Sabbath.
Yeah, I'm like, even Jesus Christ on multiple occasions would tell his disciples, was say, mchila hapa naenda kule na kam.
And he will go and
go to a mountain, like for the whole night. Like, what was he doing? It was like, I also need my space. I need to rest away from his disciples who he loved, but let me just chill. So, you know, I keep thinking, if Jesus Christ, the Son of God, would like, please, let me just relax. And who do I think that I'm just going to operate like an Energizer Bunny automaton? Like, I'm just never going to stop. So, and you know, there's this whole guilt thing. When you're a Christian now, there's the whole guilt. Oh no, but let me just step in because it's the right thing to do. Let me just take that Sunday school class. You are exhausted, dog tired. Let me just do that. You know, let me just attend the cashier to add the numbers and carry the pasta. Let me just. And you know that, like you're saying, they're all good things. But we can't. Paul said everything is permissible. Not everything is beneficial. You go to that cashier. Halfway through, you're asking yourself, why am I here? I should be in my bed. So then what has it profited you? I'm like, so I think we really need to just, watch ourselves.
Where are you in this whole conversation? And if Jesus rested, who are you to think that you can actually run like some sort of automated machine somewhere? I hope you're enjoying this discussion. I hope you're learning, and I hope you're also having self-introspection and asking yourself, where do you lie when it comes to FOMO? And still, to what extent have you gone, or how are you doing when it comes to FOMO in the technological world that we are living in? We'd like to wrap it up at that for this first session, and then you're coming back to session 2. Just stay there. Don't go anywhere. Next week you're coming with part 2, and part 2 will be talking about how do we manage FOMO. Yes, you're already in it. We have been born and found ourselves in such an age. But how do we manage it and ensure that it just doesn't take a toll on us and we keep on thriving and being the individuals that God created us to be? See you next time.